depending on when you're watching this. People will start to arrive shortly. And I have a few things to say, but I think this precious few minutes before we officially start at 7 o'clock, it's a good time to just arrive. In a sense, we don't have to do anything, even worry about our posture. We just sit, relax, gather ourselves, and just be. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. And even meditation should be a practice of just being, not something to get done with or anything like that. So I've no idea what sort of day we've got. I've not really had a look. Oh, usual sort of October dull. And well, that's all right, because with the flames of our loving kindness, we're going to brighten up our day. And well, hopefully, we sort of get a sense that this continual returning to this practice again and again, it is starting to influence and have an effect on our feelings, our emotions, and therefore on the life we have around us, how we are, how we feel, and what comes out of that really does create our world. If we're positive, we attract positive people. If we can be seeing the world in a sort of brighter way, being more appreciative, more at ease with ourselves, we will actually, not only attract people, we'll also influence people and just have a better experience of our lives, what is around us. So I was going to say it's really important that we do the practice, but I'm sure everyone knows that anyway. And if you're going through a difficult time, it's even more important that you practice. So good morning, Sarah, everyone. Oh, yes. So I'm going to say a few more words today on, well, it seems to be my favourite topic of the moment, but the developing kindness for ourselves. It really is worth spending time in that area. So sort of widespread, this sort of lack of self-love. And very often people sort of put a front on or dress it up as being different, but there is often a basic lack of self-esteem. So I'll say a few words about the difference between self-care and real, genuine caring for yourself, loving yourself. Also, I want to, if I can, just get a couple of quotes from this book I've been returning to, Vasantra's book, The Heart. It's a small book, but it's packed with really useful information, all on this area of the loving kindness meditation, and lots of useful tips and guidance for how to go deeper and, in a way, how to get the most out of this meditation. So it's well worth investing in if you can. So so settling into a posture, a good posture rather, and not being too rigid, relaxing. I mean, you could see this time now this morning as being time for a health benefit, relaxing, and we're going to work on our self-love. And, coming out of that will be an improved love and appreciation for others. So it's well worth doing. So I'll make a start. The thought I've been having comes out of seeing something I have to confess I'm a bit prone to looking at my Facebook and scrolling through. And one of the things that I saw just a day or so ago was pointing out that self-care, the sort of thing where you decide to have a lovely bath with salts and candles round the side of the bath, and you're caring for yourself. You're trying to sort of do something for yourself, but that only goes so far, or chocolate. I'm a bit of a chocoholic. But again, it's a bit like you're papering over the cracks, or you're putting a plaster to the wound, really. And my teacher, Sanghaketu, was very clear on this. There's no point aiming to go for happiness, this distant state or place of happiness, or nirvana, or whatever you want to call it. You have to come back to what's making you unhappy. Now, of course, you might need to be in a fairly good state to take that on board, but we need to be looking at our lives and deciding what is making me unhappy. So it might be you feel as though your life's not going anywhere, you're in the wrong job, whatever you unearth. Maybe you're not doing what you feel you should be doing. So I have issues a bit like that at times. The thing is, we really need both. We do need that more superficial self-care. We do need a good luxurious bath and some chocolate. Well, yes, but essentially we need to come back to that. I can often feel it in my stomach, a sense of disease, a sense of discomfort, and very often I just instinctively want to move away from that. And I think that's the case for most, if not all of us. We have an experience, an ongoing existential disease or discomfort going on within us. And understandably, we want to move away from it. And we do that by getting distracted, like me going on Facebook, or, getting lost in the future. We want things, or in the past, we're not letting go of disappointments. Or we just wish we were somewhere else. You do hear of people, or people who they just wish they lived somewhere else. But there's no getting away from the present moment and our present experience. So somehow or other, if we could learn to come back and to sort of, be brave enough to sort of ask, well, what is preventing me being unhappy? What is going on within me? And then following on, well, what would make me happy? What would be the way forward? So they're kind of quite important, deep questions, but I think better that than just deceive ourselves into thinking, the lovely warm bath with salts and candles, or plenty chocolate, hot chocolate. I'm always afraid to have the cream on the top, but a bit of luxury doesn't do you any harm. But anyway, that is not going to remedy the existential situation. So it'd be good to sort of give it some thought whenever we can, whenever we're able to. So before we start the meditation, I just want to read a very quick thing from. This is all about the first stage of the meditation, developing self-love, love for ourselves. Also, good morning, Lynn. Morning, Jenny. So Vasantras sort of characterize what might go on within us, and he calls it a brief guide to avoiding accepting kindness and appreciation. So somebody might say, this is a stout denial. Somebody might say, well, you did that really well. And your response is, no, I didn't. I made a complete hash of it. Well, that was very generous. No, it was the least I could get away with. Wow, a degree in astrophysics. You're really intelligent. No, I'm not very bright. I'm useless at crosswords. Or you did that really well. Yes, but I was lucky. You were very patient. Yes, but I felt like throttling him. That was very generous, but I only did it because I felt guilty. And then apparently he points out the killer one is you've really realized that there's positive qualities being pointed out, but you come up with this killer line. Yes, but if people knew what I was really like, and you do actually hear that. I mean, it leapt out when I read it a few minutes ago. Yes, but if you knew what I was really like, so it seems to me to betray an underlying lack of self-love, and this is what we're trying to get to and influence, and to some degree we can move it on even in a single session. So, morning, Isabel. So without more ado, we're going to do the development of loving kindness. We're doing it in the usual way, but we should be thinking ideally, this is a fresh day. I've never done this before. This experience of the meditation is completely fresh, completely new. In a sense, we don't know what we're doing because we don't know what's going to appear. Morning, Chris. So yeah, so given us a minute or so, you'll have already settled into a good posture, I'm sure. This is a very good meditation club with people who know what they're doing. And we'll do the meditation in the usual 5 stages, and I'll introduce each section as we come to it. So the development of loving kindness. So in this first section, we're developing loving kindness towards ourselves. This is healthy. This is a good thing to do. It's not self-indulgent. We can devote time and persistent, gentle energy to loving ourselves, developing loving kindness just for ourselves. So we might drop in a phrase, something like, may I be well and happy and making progress. Or we could be reconnecting with a time when we did feel really good, really well. There might be standout occasions that you can easily access and get in touch with the feelings you had at the time, the sense of life being good. Perhaps call to mind things people have said about you. People have appreciated you. So you should let that in. It's important that you really receive that. So we're human beings making a genuine effort to practice loving kindness. That in itself is quite a thing. So may I be well, may I be happy, making progress. May I be wholehearted in my self-love. caring for my diet and exercise and the things that really support my well-being. May I make time for fun things, for pleasure. Remember that you are loved, you have friends and family. So being kind and encouraging towards ourselves. We can appreciate our good qualities. Now in the second section, the focus turns to a good friend. So we wish them well. We might remember good times we've spent together. We can reflect on what we like about our good friend, what we call rejoicing in merits, reflecting on their good qualities, perhaps things they've done, things we've shared. So we wish them well. May they be well, happy. May their lives be going well in the right direction. If they have had difficulties, we can get in touch with the appropriate response we feel for them. And if they've had good fortune, we can respond to that with a real heartfelt joy as well. We're pleased for them. So more and more, our feelings for them grow. If we can see our friend in our imagination, that's great. We can be smiling at each other. Maybe you tell your friend, I like you. You can imagine giving your friend a present and the look of delight on their face. And if you can, recall what it's like to be in the presence of your friend. How does it feel to be near them? And you know that feeling when you don't need to talk, you just enjoy being in the presence of your friend. So you can appreciate their friendship. And we can make a resolve to communicate to our friend that we do appreciate them. We do appreciate our friendship. That is important to us. So may they be well and happy. Now moving on to the third section. This is the person we don't know. We might see them regularly at the convenience store, they might serve us, or in the petrol station, or just somebody we passed, they're always on the bus every morning. Whatever that contact is, we don't know them, but now we can start to make them more of a living human being in our minds. Perhaps see them with friends and family. We can reflect that they're just like me. They're living, breathing. They have their dreams and aspirations. So from just being a face that you see regularly, they can take on a whole sort of warm human being aspect. And in our minds, we sort of see them differently. We see them as a more complete person. So wishing them well and being open to the possibility. Well, you never know, we might get into communication at some point. And there might be that lovely moment when you realise you've got a lot in common. You make an instant sort of connection. In effect, you bring in that face to life. What is just a face and an image to you is becoming a human being. So may things be going well for them. May they have direction and the love and support we all need. May they be well and happy. Imagine seeing them with their loved ones and them looking radiant and appreciated. They're not just the face you see on occasion. Now, the fourth section, this is the person we're finding difficult. So it could range from a friend where something's gone a bit wrong and we're having difficulties with them at the moment. Or it might just be someone you just don't get on with. You're having to work with someone you find really difficult. Or it could be someone who did you some sort of harm many years ago even. But you just know that there's difficult feelings towards this person. So you could focus on yourself and your feelings. You could decide, well, I don't want to just leave things as they are. I want to change these feelings. I don't enjoy feeling bad like this. So that can help to move on your feelings. And then when you reflect on the person themselves, the areas of difficulty are not that complete person. There's much more to them. So broaden out your view of that person. They have people who love them. They might be good in many ways you don't know. There's lots of aspects to them that perhaps we don't know about. So we wish them well. At least we have the intention of turning round the difficulties. So whilst we might find them difficult, the chances are they've got friends and family who really appreciate them. We might even have mutual friends who see a very different side to them. So we might be holding on to some past hurt, which we could let go. Digging down into the depths of our kindness, we might find forgiveness and be able to let go of a hurt, even a sense of betrayal. And just reflect, as I do forgive, as I do improve my relation to this person, it does me good too. We don't want to be poisoning ourselves by feeling these difficult emotions. That person in themselves, they're not difficult. It's us who's experiencing them in a particular way. So we wish them well. We don't expect gushing, loving feelings, but we start to turn round the intention at least and wish them well. May they be well and happy. May they be making progress in their lives. Now we come to the last section, and this is where we quickly reconnect with the previous 4 people. So that's ourselves, our good friend, the so-called neutral person, the person we don't really know, and then the person we find difficult. And then we start to take our well-wishing, take it out, to start within the household, everyone in your home, everyone in your house. May they all be well. And then your locality, everyone living near. May they all be well. May things be going in the right direction for them. You can imagine your neighbourhood and the people in the various activities. The convenience store, people driving, people walking to work. May they all be well and happy. And the whole of your town or city, may everyone be well, making progress, being at peace, living a good life. You can even decide to visit people, visit some friends in different parts of the country. Shouldn't be a cold exercise covering the whole country. It's a meeting of friends as well as wishing everyone else well. So may everyone without exception be well and happy. And we don't stop at any borders. We go right across the world, right across Europe. You're imagining all these different people in all these countries right around the world. The countries that are supposed to be our enemies, we wish them all well. Everyone in Russia, Iran, China, wherever it is, all these human beings, we want them to find fulfillment, living good lives at peace. We can include the animals. May they be well. May they fulfill their potential. So may every living being, may everyone be well, happy. Now taking our time to come out of the meditation, just emerge very nicely and slowly. So, hope your day unfolds well, and some of what we've just done, some of the meditation carries forward. It is a reference point to return to. Well, thank you, Stuart. Yes, have a good day yourself. I find it very useful to have that well-established anchor. You know, if I'm in a situation that's slightly awkward or frustrating, there's something to return to, and it can well be the meditation. Well, thank you, Lynn. Have a good day. So I wish you all well. Have a good week, and hopefully see you next week. And yeah, the more we can do of this, the better, of course. Bye now. See you next time.